Okay. Can anyone explain to me what does likely mature 17 plus mean? I feel like I feel like this rating was made by somebody who wasn't sure. And they were like, you know what? This is likely mature. I'm just like feeling the vibes that this video is likely to be mature. I can't really tell you why. I'm not sure what is it. At this point, I'm not even sure what children actually care about. But, you know, it's likely this. What the hell is this thing? Hasn't been officially rated? Sure. I know. If it hasn't been officially rated, why make it a big deal in the first place? But I'm trying to find a place for where to put this. But then I have a lot of things on my screen. And I'm trying to find a place for everything. Huh? Okay. We go? We watch. Avocado! Avocado, dude! Thank you so much for the 3 months to support your blackjack and hookers for my bunny. Give me 1 second. Let me put this over here. And then let me get that's over. Guys, I have so many things on my screen. I'm about to have a mental breakdown. Jesus Christ. How can one person have so many things on their screen? Okay, this is good. Okay, so children, go away. Balatro doesn't have Gamba. Wasn't like Balatro like a victim of like a bunch of very unfair regulations and shit? Like worse than some actually exploitative things? Isn't that kind of like stupid? Oh well, whatever. How's the audio? Oh! Oh! Did you guys know that I actually went to their studios? Was the AU good or too low? I think it might have been too low. Let's see. This video features actual gameplay footage from the Blood of the Dawnwalker, especially from a work-in-progress pre-beta version of the game. Please note that as the game is still in development, everything you see is subject to change. This gameplay session was recorded on PC. This particular footage focused mostly on demonstrating the storyline, the voice acting, and the overall quest structure. You can find more detailed overview of game features and combat mechanics in the first part of the video published in June. Wait, you're saying that I'm your sitting model? I was a ballerina, Avocado dude. I find the posture is a lot more important than people think. We can talk about posture as soon as we watch the video. So everyone should work on their posture. It's good for you, like even how people like see you and how they pay attention to what you're saying and all that.
Hello, my name is Ariana Sierkiewicz and I am one of the writers at Rebel.
Is the voice good? Is it too low? Hold on.
Wolves. In June, we showed you a part of a quest
I think it's too low.
where Cohen is looking for a legendary sword. And today, we're
Is
going
this good?
to get to the end of that quest.
Gosh, I love her voice.
The game is currently in the pre-beta stage, so you may still see some bugs and glitches. You will also see some changes and additions we've made to the game based on the community feedback.
I wish he was wearing something that showed his butt a bit more.
What is it about? You've been heard disrespecting the Knyaz,
my
singing
face.
songs
No,
that
no.
mocked him and the faith.
Who told you this nonsense?
The game is looking
Since
good.
one of our game's main features is the duality of Cohen, our hero, who is human by day and a vampire by night, we're gonna show you 2 ways to play the quest. So this is yet another example of our narrative sandbox. We can approach each of the quests in a variety of ways, remembering about the duality of our hero, human by day and vampire by night. Knowing we have both day and night as our allies. In June, we started on the outskirts of Spartro and had a brief stint with some bandits. Cohen got rid of them easily with a few well-timed sword cuts and active abilities. Then we walked around the city a bit until we reached the cathedral, this time entering it without any hassle during the day as a human.
Yeah, I feel like this sword is too... Does the sword need adjustment? Or it could be that we are used to swords being placed wrong in characters. Because I could see, like, for example, how could he get the sword? I feel like it would be nice for him to take it, right? Yeah, it's just that sometimes when he's walking, it feels like he's gonna stab somebody. Well, that's an easy fix.
The baptism of a newborn is a solemn moment, doubly so.
We preach.
A new life joins our flock, bringing happiness to its parents and to the congregation.
Is that a dog? It looks like a chihuahua.
Natus ex sanguine est.
Oh.
Alitur sanguine. Et in sanguine morietur. Ego te baptizo in nomine Dei. Amen.
They're gonna drown the baby? Amen. Is she pretty? Like the priest?
Don't I know you from somewhere, young man? Laslia, maybe.
Did they change the face of this priest?
That's right. My name's Cohen.
It's a real shame what happened there. So many good people imprisoned. But where there is sin, there must be chastisement. And speaking of sin, come with me. I'll take your confession.
Okay. Am I going crazy or the NPCs are moving more in the cutscene? Because I remember the NPCs, when they talked in this game, they felt a lot more static. And now he's actually like moving his head a little bit as he's talking. I feel like it looks better. It looks more natural.
Thank you.
The priest is just a scene I've seen.
Ah,
It's because he's a cutie.
so you deem your conscience
Thank
clear?
you, thank you.
I wouldn't go that far. But I'm sure you're a busy man, Father. So while I appreciate the offer, I feel that my soul shouldn't be your priority.
I won't press the matter. You are quite correct. I have many other duties to attend to. But please remember that in order to be saved, we all need to repent. Myself included. I hope we can speak again soon. Good day to you, Cohen.
Father Florin?
I don't know if the voice of that man fits the face. I feel like he looks like he would sound more like this. At any point he would stop breathing and die. I feel like he sounds almost like too young. For you, it does. Again, it could be a personal thing. I feel like I don't know. I feel like he's about to die. Hey, Zifei, thank you so much for the 17 months. Thank you.
We can start by chatting with the deacon. He might know something about the catacombs where Saint Mihai is buried.
Oh yeah, I just find that his looks are a lot more eerie than his voice. His voice, he just sounds like a fucking asshole. You know, somebody that's gonna give you trouble?
Pay the workers, clean up the altar. What else? Oh, right, the bell tower. Yes, what is it? I have much to do, so either be quick about it or leave me to my duties.
Could you point me towards the entrance to the crypt?
What are you talking about?
I wanted to pay my respects to the city's founders. Light a candle in their memory, if possible.
Sorry to disappoint, son, but there's no crypt in this house of worship now, if that is
Vouch,
all.
you think he's evil?
Things change, especially in the last few years. Perhaps the crypt was built over or sealed away?
Listen, son. The parish book doesn't say anything about any crypt. I should know. I wrote parts of it myself.
Can I take a look? Just to make sure.
No. The library is not open to just anyone. Still, it seems to me you have plenty of time on your hands and will keep on badgering me. Tell you what, I'll give your idle hands something to do, and afterwards maybe I'll let you take a look into the library,
I don't know. I actually think that the dialogue of the NPCs is so much better than it was before. And I'm actually so happy. Like, I remember seeing the dialogue between this guy and Cohen before. And this guy was literally just standing here and he would barely move and he seemed like he was bored. Now they're moving their shoulders, they're moving their heads. And I'm personally happy because this was a feedback that I had to the devs, and I talked with some of the devs about this, that I thought that the cutscenes were very static. And I'm noticing like different angles. I'm noticing that they're moving a lot more of their bodies than it was before. So I'm actually pretty happy to see this.
Our caretaker, Radu, is missing, it seems. It's been a few days since he last came to work, and now his duties have become my duties. I imagine he's lazing about somewhere, having a laugh at my expense.
I find that the lip sync has gotten better, but there is still something there. But again, the NPCs don't they don't feel as static.
Perhaps he's at home.
If I only knew where that is. Radu's a secretive man. No, I'd rather ask around in the almshouse. He spends a lot of time talking to the inmates.
The almshouse? Where is it?
Go out to the courtyard and turn left. Carry on walking until you see a well on your right. The almshouse's entrance is just by that well. I try to avoid going there myself. Ugh, a dreadful place. Really dreadful. Anyway, be on your way, son. And let me know when you find Radu.
Huh. His eyebrow even raised a little. Again, it's definitely better than it was before, though. The eyes lack soul. Basic proof, I find that guy lacking soul in his eyes probably on purpose. Like, he literally just sits in the church and I don't know what he does all day.
Turns out the deacon had his own agenda and asked us to find out what happened to the local caretaker.
Oh no! And see, Lord, again, I find that this is a lot better than the last time that I saw the game.
On those sacred grounds, we should mention that every week, in some of Vales and Gora's churches, people gather for the so-called Blood Mass. It was established by Brensis and his clique of vampires after they took role in Vales and Gora.
Like Blood Christmas?
Every villager is required to donate a significant amount of their blood, and in return, they are cured from all illness. Like Cohen's sister in the CGI trailer. It's how Brensis controls the population. Each blood mass is conducted by Father Florin himself.
Would you guys willingly participate in a blood mass? Just donate your blood? Did you guys know that apparently it's healthy for you to donate your blood? Especially for people that have professions that, like for example, firefighters that can breathe a lot of things that are not good for you. Donating your blood allows your cells to create new blood, and that makes them healthy. There's actually studies on that. Yeah, because you're basically forcing your blood. You're taking concentration of certain things away from your blood and forcing your blood to produce new blood. Yep. Yep. Of course, you're not supposed to lose like a lot of blood. That's bad for you. But every now and then, some blood is good.
Maybe we could go there today.
That's just what a big vampire wants you to think.
See if we can help.
Yeah, right. The deacon will be really glad to see dirty bums like us.
I'm
walking
clearly
around
not a
his
vampire.
glorious church.
You don't know that, maybe?
Oh, stuff it. We'll go and see Dragan instead. He's on.
Maybe someone in here has seen the caretaker.
The sister is too busy to take a look at him. It's just
Okay, you have
time
regular
until that wound
nosebleeds.
festers.
What do you want?
I'm looking for the caretaker. I've been told he sometimes comes here.
You mean Radu? Yeah, I know him. Steer clear of that bastard.
I don't know, this guy's
Any idea where he is?
face is really good.
No, no. But I do know something. Might be interesting for you.
Really? All right, tell me.
That's not how it works, friend. I need a little palm grease first.
I feel
Here
like
you
everyone
go.
in this town is kind of depressed.
Better be worth it.
Do you guys feel that?
It is. Something strange is going on here. Every night there are noises.
Noise.
Creaking, scratching, and I don't know, things being pushed around. Some of the folk here say the building's haunted.
Haunted. I mean, to be fair, they are literally forced
Listen,
by
I didn't pay
vampires
to hear a
give their
ghost
blood.
story. You were supposed to tell me about the caretaker.
Oh, I'm getting there. I'm not trying to swindle you or nothing. You see, there's a closed-off wing here. They put the plague patients there when it first hit. But one day, they decided they were beyond help and sealed them all off, left them all to die. But I hear that the caretaker knew how to get in there. Some secret entrance, and used it, but I don't know what for.
I see. Any idea where it might be?
Somewhere upstairs, I think. You'd have to look around.
All right, I'll check it out. Thanks.
The emotions of the main character are like a stone.
It seems the asylum resident,
I think
apart
it's on
from telling
purpose.
us a gruesome story about what happened to the plague patients, gave us a useful hint about the secret entrance to the asylum wing. For a price, of course.
You know what? I think I understand what you're saying. I don't think the problem is the emotions of the main character, but it sounded a little bit like the main character was asking the NPC about something he didn't feel invested in. Like, you know, when I ask you guys a question, I tend to be very intense about it. Like, what's the question? I was like if you guys think that putting batteries in a Furby, if the battery places like the toy's vagina, like I'm like very excited to see your response to it. You know, I'm kind of like, you know, and maybe that's what's missing.
Using focus mode allows us to see that there might be something hidden behind the shelves.
Scratches on the floor.
Guys, I know that Cohen has a bigger sword than you do. You can stop talking about his sword.
Let's investigate the location. It was a separate wing for patients who fell ill with the plague.
Plague.
Damn.
Yeah,
What a
there's a lot of
stench.
people who worked on The
Something's
Witcher
rotten in
working
here.
on this game.
So many died here. In isolation.
I find that if I die,
This wing was blocked off.
my
and
bones
they
wouldn't
were
be
left to die
crumbled
a
like
terrible
that.
death.
Right? That guy died more naturally, you see?
Something else happened
yeah.
here.
Somebody fucked with the bones above.
Died recently.
Ding!
Killed by something bestial.
This body looks fresh compared to the rest.
Ding! I wonder if there's actually places that there's
getting
so much
better and
blood.
better.
We have to face a creature called Muron. While it is theoretically a vampire, its transformation did not go correctly. Occasionally, neurons produce loud, inhuman screams which stun the target, if it is within the scream's range.
You.
That was a pretty good parry.
As you can observe, their behavior is chaotic and hard to predict.
That was a good parry as well, again. I feel like the person playing this did this fight many times.
Muroni possessed the vampiric ability of Shadow Step. However, it is juggy and unstable.
These must have killed Radu and the missing
Sick!
residents.
We can learn more.
Do you guys mind if I see that fight again? Spooky, thank you so much. Thank you so much for gifting Sakura. Hazy Faye, thank you so much for the 17 months. Mwah, thank you. This is the blood of the Dawnwalker. Just a few things. Just a few things. Oh fuck! I shouldn't have touched that. Banak! Here we go.
These must have killed Radu and the missing residents.
I think the combat looks cool and it seems to be responsive, but I think it's missing a little bit of feedback. Did anyone... let me see more before I talk about it.
You can learn more about what has happened here by using the Compel Soul hex. You can learn this hex during the game. It is a feature enabling the player to talk with certain corpses, those that have moths flying above them. Magic is only available to Colin in
Smash your
his human
pass!
form. We wouldn't be able to talk to the dead had we come here at night.
It's you, isn't it? Please, stop! It hurts! I beg you! We're friends! Radu, please!
I really love the animation of the
That's
dead
enough.
guy.
Rest
That was
now.
really good.
We can go back to the Deacon now and report our findings. Before we chat to him, notice that our current objective again has the hourglass symbol. This tells you that the dialogue will push the town forward.
Dang! Yeah, Yellow, I feel like I need to see a different combat to
pestering
talk
me
more
again.
about the combat.
I know what.
Yeah, well, we are just chatting, Blue. We were talking about the blood of the Dawnwalker because we're watching a video about it.
happened to Radu.
Good. So, what was that wastrel doing all this time? Getting drunk on communion wine? Tell me.
I found him in the almshouse, in the sealed-off wing. The caretaker was hiding there, but he was no longer human. He turned into something terrible, a monster. I'm sorry, but I had to kill him.
What? don't understand. What happened to Radu?
He was involved in something. Something dark. There were corpses in his hiding place. Probably his latest victims. But how he became that creature is anyone's guess.
A monster in the house of God. First the plague, now this. Oh, truly, we might just be living in the end times. Right. I'll have to talk to the guards, send them to retrieve the bodies, and clean up that place.
You do what you need to do, but I believe we had a deal. May I enter the library now?
What? Yes. You may go inside with my blessing. I'll tell someone to leave the door unlocked for you. The book you're looking for, it's called The Annals of Svartrau
Annals?
Cathedral. Now, excuse me, I must go to Father Florin.
Wait, who is doing Annals?
We need a new caretaker.
He gave us access to the library in exchange for our information. Let's go there and find a book he has mentioned. Reading books in our game works surprisingly similarly to the way it works in real life. They might teach us new skills or give us additional experience.
I find that facial animations is one of the hardest things to do because it's kind of like the same problem as water. You know how water is really hard and challenging to make it look realistic in games because everyone knows how water looks. And then when you try to make something that's almost that but not that, it feels a little bit off. I feel like it's the same thing with facial animations, especially the more that games became more realistic, the more realistic a human looks in the screen, I feel like the harder it is to simulate facial expressions that make sense.
Let's stop here and load a save game from the night variant.
But I feel like the
quest.
game has improved a lot from the last time that I saw. You thought water was hard? You thought it was...
We are again in Svartrau, in front of the cathedral.
Please kill him, please kill him.
They'll guide us right to our grave, those fucks.
You didn't kill him? I wonder what happens if you just go and kill people. Can you just go and kill people? You can, right? The light is looking really good. Look at the fire.
As a vampire, you'll see and experience the world from a different perspective.
She should have said that when they were like on the ceiling.
You sure it'll work? Certain.
This looks really gloomy. Window Boons. This is a game where people are literally getting sucked by vampires. There's a ritual called Bloodmas, where people are forced to give their blood to the vampire's overlord. So I don't think those people are happy.
If not, I'll pay you back double.
It sucks. It literally sucks.
It's for Kiri blood after all. Sorry.
Let's get inside the building using Cohen's vampiric abilities, Plane Shift and Shadow Step.
Wait! What? But...
Yeah, it's for Kiri blood after all. Sorry.
Let's get inside the building using Cohen's vampiric abilities.
And the
Plane
NPCs
Shift
didn't
and Shadow
care?
Step. You can travel quickly and easily access places beyond the reach of regular humans. Last time we were inside the cathedral, we came across Xanthi, one of Brensis's officers.
You broke the masquerade!
She was a difficult opponent for Cohen, so this time we're going to be smart about it, stay on the scaffoldings, and show you an alternative approach.
Better be quiet.
To blood.
Blood, blood, blood.
You shall
Is that
become Kenya's
voyeurist Xanthi?
I understand that it's a town dominated by vampires, but do people actually know that Cohen is a vampire? I don't think they do.
most faithful servant.
What the hell is she doing here?
His command shall become the
What is she doing?
in your heart.
Is that a ritual for the blood gods?
Blood god shall become your new family. You shall want for nothing. You shall yearn for nothing.
They're covering up the old paintings. Why?
Blood to blood.
Blood for the blood god!
One of the workers must
For
have left
corn!
You shall become Kenya's
Seems that the cathedral complex is quite big. The main building, cloisters, inner courtyard. The entrance to the crypt could be anywhere. Won't get anything done just standing around. Still, staying up here would be a smart idea.
Your fellow blood god shall become your new family. You shall want for nothing.
I want to see how is the fight with this woman.
Yearn for nothing. Only duty shall remain.
Bound in blood.
Blood to blood.
Let's start by
I
checking
think the
out
environment
one of the frescoes
is
in
very
detail.
pretty.
You shall
Sanctus
become
Mihi,
Prince's most
patron
faithful
saint of
servant.
Svartra himself.
His commands
Victorious
shall
and
become the
well-loved.
sole voice in your hearts.
There's the legendary silver sword.
Fellow blood god shall become your
I hope it
new
really does
family.
exist.
You shall want for nothing. You shall yearn for nothing. Only duty shall remain.
Can this woman
Saint
shut
Mihai's
up?
symbol. Good.
Can those
Should
men
have my
shut up as
search.
well?
Turns out, this one was actually about Saint Mihai, owner of the sword we're after. The powerful weapon might tip the scales in Cohen's favor and help him save his family from the vampire lord Brensis.
His commands shall become the sole voice in your hearts. Your fellow blood god shall
We can check
become
some of the
your
buildings
new
in the
family.
courtyard. Maybe we'll find some interesting clues inside them. Let's shadow step to this one below.
Nothing.
It's the library we were supposed to enter a few moments ago, in our day variant playthrough.
Oh,
So
thank
many
you.
books.
It seems that people don't usually close the balcony doors in Svartro. We can again use our system of getting a closer look at certain objects to both appreciate the beauty of the story being crafted in front of our eyes and to uncover secrets about Vale Sangora.
The annals of Svartra Cathedral. They're bound to have some information on Saint Mihai's crypt.
Are they having Anil there?
And thus
Oh,
Saint
okay, thank
Mihai
you.
was laid to rest in the catacombs beneath the cathedral's side courtyard, by the cloisters. Marked by his own personal sigil, the saint's remains and his sword were buried under a memorial stone. Under Saint Mihai's memorial stone. And I already know his symbol.
Alright, we should be looking for a crypt somewhere on the premises of the Svartro Cathedral. Let's grab the door key on the way to open the door.
So
The
many
cathedral is
books.
heavily guarded outside, and it looks like the gods aren't
For
really
combat.
fond of Cohen lurking around the premises. Let's deal with them swiftly, using our claw. We've listened to your feedback, and we've worked on the flow of using active abilities. We are no longer pausing the choice menu. It's real-time, in gameplay. It's also a good opportunity to show you another use of the Voracious Bite ability Cohen uses to drain people's blood. In combat, it will both replenish your health and deal some damage.
I think that they used an NPC with a covered neck to example you biting his neck. I don't think that was a good way to demonstrate that ability.
Time to move on. Let's explore the other areas in the courtyard.
Okay, this might be something that's really hard to do. I don't know how hard it would be, but I think, at least visually speaking, I think the combat could benefit from having more like feedback. For example, he was using like his claws on the enemy armor. If the enemy armor would start like to, you know, like start like thing, or like if we bit the neck of the guy and a piece of the cloth would also come out, I feel like it visually speaking would make it more enticing, the combat. Am I wrong? Like I feel like it's missing visual feedback when things happen
Let's
to the
use the sword
NPCs.
this time, because yes, you can fight with a sword as a vampire too. But before we engage, let's adjust the camera. Camera placement was one of the hottest topics after our gameplay reveal. We got lots of feedback about it, and we decided to add a second option for those of you who prefer the camera slightly further away from the character. The camera will be adjustable for combat and exploration separately. So
yeah, again, I don't know how hard it would be. But you see, there's some. The guy started bleeding where he started hit. I find with the sword, it's better than with the claws.
Take notice of the hourglass icon next to our objective. It indicates that opening the crypt will move the time forward.
No, I like the head floating.
How about here?
Yeah, the screams were also really good.
Let's open the entrance and investigate the crypt.
It was slow motion, kinda. I like that. It was because it was a critical attack ending the NPC. It adds to the drama.
Lighting up a torch might be a good idea.
Yeah, exactly, Simp. I just find that while Cohen was using his claws, because the claws didn't have like much feedback on the models of the enemy, it seemed like the claws were weak. Like with the sword, you can literally see the enemies start bleeding where his sword hits, and it feels like it's a lot stronger.
This place must have been sealed off for ages. I wonder why.
But I do love the atmosphere. This looks...
We can hear some moaning coming from behind one of the walls.
This looks...
Let's investigate this.
Creepy as heck.
Moaning? I think it's coming from behind this wall.
Wait, there's goth people having sex here? Yeah, this game is gonna be released next year.
Hello? Can you hear me?
No, those are not sex moans. Those are like summoning demons moans. Wait, Sworda? Do people actually invade random crypts to have sex on? On them? In them?
Wait, are you Mihai?
Tobias!
That's not my name.
You'll finally pay. What you did to me, Tobias. I'm not... Shit! Listen to me! No more. Your eyes.
We've been attacked by
That was pretty good.
who was an important figure in the valley. And for some reason, he was buried alive in the catacombs. Of course, as players, you'll be able to learn why that has happened. But we'd like to avoid too many spoilers here. That's why we are stopping this presentation mid-fight.
You see that fight? I feel like it was a lot better, the camera, than the previous fight. I feel like there was a lot like less jumping when the NPC went away. The camera didn't instantly find him. So I also found that the attacks and the feedback on this fight was really good, better than that one that we saw in the middle of the video. Again, the game is they're still working on the game, and all that. So I'm sure they will address this stuff. It looks really good. I really like the game. What do you guys think? I can't wait to see, because they just showed like one of the alternatives of the quest. One quest that one thing that I wonder is that if there will be multiple ways to do the quest at night or during the day. Probably, right? I feel like the feeling like the Witcher 3 is kind of like the purpose. It's made by a lot of the devs who made the Witcher 3 and were behind the Witcher 3. So I feel like that's what they're going for. Yes, Where Winds Meet will come later. I personally, the thing that made me the happiest about this is that it does seem like they're taking in consideration the feedback. Because again, I gave feedback that I thought that the NPCs, they were talking, while they were talking, they felt like very static. And in this video, as the NPCs were talking, they moved their bodies more. There was a lot more movement than it was before. So they're definitely improving on this. I think this looks a lot better than the last video I saw. There's still very little things, but I feel like overall the game is looking really good. Really, really good. Go for the eyes, but go for the eyes. Yeah, but the thing is, Mickey, they can't really share the story. Like, they shared like concepts of the world, like for example, Bloodmus. And they actually have lots of cool concepts on the, like, Bloodmus. The people are forced to give that, but they can't give you like lots of lore without like just being too soon to talk about it. You know, they can't really do like a lore video just like that. Hi, I don't know. The only thing that we know is that it says 2026, right? We don't know when. You're quite impressed by it? Yeah, I feel like it's hard to criticize the main character. Part of me, because Cohen looks like a young guy and not like, you know, Geralt, I kind of wish that Cohen was more energetic about things. But I think the reason why I think that it's because he looks so young. I find that Geralt, he had time to... Geralt had like that vibe that he's too old and he has seen enough shit, and that's why he was like so stoic and he didn't care for things. But Cohen, he's a much younger guy, so I feel like it feels less natural for him to be so cold. Does that make sense? Cohen, he's in a very unique position because he's not really a vampire. His vampirism thing is kind of like he started being turned into a vampire, but then it got interrupted. So it's on purpose that he's not much of a vampire. He's basically only gained some vampire powers at night. He's a Dawnwalker. That's why the name of the game is Dawnwalker. So for him not feeling much like a vampire, it's on purpose. It could be, but that's another thing that I find interesting about this game. I believe that as Cohen ages and as Cohen goes through his adventure, I feel like him starting to be more stoic could follow. But I kind of wish that he started a little less stoic. Does that make sense? More like a guy that's lost in the world, especially because he's a half vampire, he's half human, and he should have a lot more conflicts and troubles, and things should stress him more. And as he finds out about his nature, and as he learns how to use his abilities and understand that during the day and the night, as he comes to be in peace with who he is and how he stands in the world, then I feel like him adopting a more stoic stance, I feel like it would be more fitting for him. So I feel like that would be a really fun character progression for Cohen. That's why I kind of wish he was a little bit more energetic. in the start of the game. Yes, I know he's stressed, but like it's more like he seems a little bit carefree when he talks with the NPCs and things like that. Kind of like Geralt. Yeah, but it's a really cool story. It kind of seems like he has given up. Yeah, but here's the thing. You're right. It could be again. We don't even know what part of the game this is, right? So we're just like kind of trying to take things kind of out of context. It could be that this is later in the game. It could be, I don't know. I feel like it's too early for him to give up. I feel like a lot of Geralt's presence, Magba, is because Geralt is an established character. And Geralt is a much more mature person. How old is Geralt again? 69. 1,000. 67. Close to 100. 99. 200. 100 something. He's a Dawnwalker, right? You'd be low energy too if you had to be up and down and everything. Roguish, maybe there is an explanation like that. Again, a lot of things that we are talking, it's just conjecture. We don't really know what's going on in the lore and what's happening at this moment for the character to be acting like this, right? He might be even 420. Yeah. Yep. I don't know. I think the game is looking really good. I can't wait to see more. I feel like the part of the reason why sometimes I can sound nitpicky in this game is mostly because I don't know. I can see this game being really cool. There's so many concepts that I love in this game. I like the concept of vampire overlords and the people are just being at mercy to them. I like the concept that he is like half human, half vampire. Yeah, I kind of wanted. Yes, I don't know. There's so many cool things about this game that I want it to be as excellent as it can be. Is this made by CDPR? No, this is made by a group of people who worked at CDPR. I actually got to visit their studio. They're cool people. Yeah, achieve its potential. Yeah. I agree that there is not enough vampire games. I want to see more vampire stuff. Daywalkers can be cool.
You've been attacked by Mihai, who was an important figure in the valley. And for quest, stopping this presentation mid-fight. We hope that you have enjoyed seeing how much variation there is behind just one of the objectives in the game. Remember, our design principle is the narrative sandbox. There is no difference between main quests and side quests. There are just different stories that you weave together into your own unique adventure. Thank you.
I really like that concept. Especially because, I don't know, I find that some games, their strengths is actually in the side quests. And I find that a lot of times people might miss those side quests because they're called side quests.
Thank you for joining me today, and stay tuned for more updates on our social media profiles. Bye!
I find it's hard to criticize the main character when we don't know anything. Again, we are seeing like a piece of the game that we're not even sure if this is beginning, mid, or end of the game. And again, it could be like we're seeing too limited of a part of the game to be able to judge the main character. Bye! You guys saying bye to the ladies? So I find that some judgment like from the main character is just hard to do. One explanation to some emotion absence is vampire no feelings influence on him. It could be, but at the same time, I find that vampires, they tend to be quite dramatic. Does that make sense? Like, the vampires that we've seen before in this game, even, they're like... Yeah, you understand. Kind of like... Yeah, vampires do suck, Axarian. I feel like that's common sense. That's why they're vampires, right? They suck. They suck. Do you guys want to... Hold on. Let me go here. We can watch... Oh, do you guys want to watch the Steam stuff? The Steam hardware stuff? Hard. Yeah, exactly. The character is also defined by the bonds with the rest of the cast. So we don't really know much about like the supporting characters and all that. Give me 1 second. We can also watch Fallout. And we can also watch The Winds Meet. Where the Winds Meet. Are there sex scenes in the Dawnwalker? I don't know. Sam, thank you so much for the 5 sub gifts. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know that I always ask you guys, how do vampires have erections? Because they're kind of dead, right? So they don't really have like a way to get erections. But since Cohen is a Dawnwalker, I assume he works normally, right? You think it's Disney magic that vampires get erection? Rigor mortis. That's why they suck blood. Yeah, but I feel like they would probably need to suck a lot of blood to get enough to... So, lore-wise, I find that of all the vampires that fuck around, Cohen should be one of the most realistic vampires that can fuck. Right? I feel like since he's half human, hopefully the half that's human is like the bottom half. Because then he can have normal erections. Maybe he's so moody in stoic because he can't. Maybe. Like the mermaid thing. Like the centaur, half human, half vampire. They supposedly don't need to breathe, but you hear vampires breathing. And all the time in media, it could be that they can't stop the actors that are playing vampires breathing, right? Imagine asking the vampire to act a role, and while they're acting, they're not allowed to breathe. Not a single time. It would make it a lot harder. Not committed to the role? Well... They have to breathe to talk? Well, Insane Max Stiffy. God, why did you name yourself Max Stiffy? What does that supposed to mean, Mr. Max Stiffy? They talk a lot magic like skeletons?